Okay, JPEG family. The last video, for some reason, the screen share didn't work, so we're going to try this again. I'm about to show you the JPEG wallet for the Treasury, and a few interesting details that I noticed are red flags in how we've been doing things, both internally recently, but also in the past that we need to look at more closely. The first thing is, when we started JPEG, the whole intention was to have ownership and collective responsibility. Okay, why does this matter? Is that just like I did the last video and there was a lockout on the philanthropy wallet, we understand that mistakes will be made, but there has to be a precedence for how we handle mistakes. And the reason why I mention this is that this wallet, CFV4, is the wallet that was created for the Africa project. And it's got one signer on it. It's also got a large amount of JPEG that went to this account, which has a bunch of NFTs from our original Advent series. And all this makes me think that it's probably Raymond's wallet. And this is what we don't do. We don't mix an individual personal wallet with things that are going on at the Treasury, because that's just not well done. And the reason why I mention that is because way back about mid-March, in the governance area, in the Treasury, I had my reservations around this request for funding a budget and a new wallet, that CFV4 wallet, because I saw it as, no, that's not how we do things. We don't just accidentally lock ourselves out and then ask for a new 2.2 million JPEG token, because that's not right. So why do I mention that? The DAO is intended to be operated as a collective. And in that sense, when you go to the Treasury Notion, you'll see that the Treasury wallet G7YLE actually has G7YLE has 4 different signers, and those signers all line up with the signers here. So this is why we keep responsibility and decision-making distributed, because it helps us be accountable to each other and what we're doing. So hence why I've hit pause on the action partnership and this dispersing funds, the philanthropy, without knowing what actually happened. So it's just a good time to audit things. All right, back to where we were at. I want to show you the JPEG wallet itself for the Treasury. And this is something that you should think as an artist in the community, that you are actually part of this decision-making process, because at the moment there's about 3,500 in XLM, 366K in JPEG, and 156K in Action. But here's what's interesting. These last two, JPEG and Action, do not have any liquidity, meaning if you were an artist and you were to be compensated in a bunch of this, if you went to sell it and turn it into something, you would actually have a loss, because the value of the token would essentially collapse as you were selling it to get what you were expecting to get. Hence why from the Treasury, I'm thinking one of the first things we could do is take these claimable balances of Aqua, turn it into XLM, in addition to this small holding we have of Aqua, and use that approximate $1,200 to retroactively compensate core contributors with XLM flat out, meaning give them what they need to feel whole as best we can with what is a more stable asset and a more liquid asset, being the actual native token XLM. Why this matters. If there's going to be any pursuing of a JPEG Action partnership, every artist needs to understand that if there's no liquidity on a token supply, it is essentially worthless, absolutely worthless. Doesn't matter what the market cap says. If there's no liquidity for it, it's worthless. And that's something that's not been really clear or evident unless you've been in the space that long. So that's what I'm here to do, is just kind of share what I watch for if someone was offering me an opportunity to work for tokens. It's like, well, what are you selling? What are you offering me? So I want to share as well that JPEG is the original token that was issued. It's a locked asset on the Stellar network, meaning there can't be any more. And the Mountain token is the other asset issued by JPEG DAO. This is the reward token for membership to the DAO, meaning if you hold 10,000 JPEG, or I think the second tier is 30,000 or more, you get mountain benefits, which is the rights to really cool NFTs. And all that is subject to change because we're going through a quick reshuffle right now of what's actually going on in the DAO. That being said, I want to highlight that Action at the moment is an unlocked token supply. I don't know how that works, but this does not bode well if someone was offering to compensate me in a token that is unlocked. And I want to just point out that a token that started right around the same time as JPEG did, Nuno, which I'm not recommending, I'm just showing this as an example, is a locked supply. And this token has a little bit more detail and communication touch points across the open web for what they do, which is not the same thing with Action. So just a few things I look for. If someone was going to extend me the opportunity to do commission work under token, these are some things I'd look at is like, how legitimate is this? So it's not to say Hollow and what he's been offering is not valid or real. It's just, you know, the details had to be ironed out around what this exactly is, because an unlocked token supply is something definitely to talk about openly, because way back when JPEG actually was unlocked and someone pointed that out and said that should actually be locked, and we locked it so that there could be confidence around the total supply of JPEG. But okay, that's that. I'm going to leave off with the recommendation that, and we'll have this conversation in the Discord, but I think that we as a treasury collectively, I mean, everyone in the community at this point, should think about retroactively paying artists who have been contributing in XLM from what is available supply in the treasury to make that happen, to make them be whole. But yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you for your time. And I'll be in the Discord. We're doing fun things on Monday. We're going to actually share just like art projects and what we've been creating. So yeah, thank y'all.